Mr. Consistent back with another video. It's gonna be very fast. Came to the park. I wanted to make a quick one. But as the title suggests, which I hope it does, this is gonna be about how to actually improve your life. And it just clicked. So a little bit of a backstory. Obviously, I work in sales. I've been doing it for about a year now. And I think at this 1 year mark, like right on that 1 year point, I've realized that I've developed internal stoicism. I've actually reached the point of stoicism. Like, I genuinely focus on the things that I can control, and I just accept the things that are not in my control. I don't have this like emotional investment with just everything. It's just, this is in my control, let me focus on it. And the reason I say this is because learning it through sales was how I got it, or how I got that knowledge. But years ago, like 5 years ago, when I really started like getting into self-improvement and all that, I was 16, 17, and I used to read so many Stoic books, two of them, Meditations and some another one. But I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, I did a lot of research, I watched a lot of read a lot of articles, and the amount of time I spent actually like spectating and actually like looking at the material, I never had that emotional callus. I didn't still focus on the things that I can control and accept the things that weren't in my control. I would just be very emotional with everything, no matter what it was. Not something a Stoic would do. But all of this is to say is about really the difference between spectating and actually doing. My life really did improve when I stopped reading books, reading through articles, watching YouTube videos, binging self-improvement TikTok and random accounts and all that spectatorship. And I moved out on my own and had to pay rent. That was the one thing that did it. See, when I moved out, I just knew that, one, I had to actually pay the rent. Nobody's going to help me out with it. So I had to figure out how to get money. And this is the time I had no college degree, no job experience, nothing. I was working Uber Eats. So I had to figure out a system. I had to figure out how to get money so I could pay the rent and pay all my bills and all that. And when I did the planning initially, I thought I was going to be fine. Like, I could just work Uber Eats. Houston got some affordable living. Got a little bit of a car note. Like, how much is food and shit, really? That shit backfired like crazy. There's just ghost expenses that that you don't really know until you actually live out on your own. And not to mention, I'm working Uber Eats, so it's not like it's an hourly job. I just put in this many hours and get this much back in pay. Like, I was relying on tips. I was relying on volume for orders to go and make rent. Now, obviously, it's not very consistent. So there have been months where my credit card was just maxed out because I just couldn't afford it. This created financial stress. And the only way to actually get out that financial stress was to figure out how to make more money. So what I did was I applied to like 90 something jobs within engineering, serving, hospitality, and then it was sales. Because remember, I have no college degree. And I don't have really any work experience either. I have like a couple courses that I put on my resume, hoping those engineering jobs would have worked out. Long story short, I got a sales job. And I ended up making a lot more money, and it cleared up that financial burden. My point is that stress part forced me to adapt and improve myself just to get by in modern America. Just so I can live, I had to improve myself. It was from that true stress, which I believe the best stress is actually financial. Because the thing about financial stress is that it truly is in your control. Money is in your control. Like, however much money you want out of life, you can do it. All that other shit, I'm not even gonna think about it. That shit is not in your control. But all this is to say is because, like, I have some friends that, like, I be speaking to, and they talk about these, like, really good books and these really good YouTubers that really change their perspective on life. And it's like they just living at home with their parents still. Like they don't got no, like, you haven't really experienced life. You don't actually experience much in general. But that's a whole different, like, topic for another video. This video is about how to actually improve your life. And that is to stop binging, like, these improvement shits and just get out there and put yourself into some financial stress, man. That shit has helped me like crazy. And life is just not a spectator sport. You can't expect to actually improve yourself and get better at stuff just by looking at or researching materials and all that. You just can't expect that to happen. But yeah, hope this helps. 7 minutes long. Hope this motivates you to just go out. I think the best self-improvement that I went through came through sales. Because sales really teaches you everything, man. Like persuasion, communication, work ethic. And then it's like, now I'm realizing it's teaching me stoicism. It's teaching me like such an important mindset that I used to think only whatever. But another thing I'm realizing is that these, like, Greek philosophers, like these Stoics, these people from, like, ancient times, they actually lived a real life and then they wrote about it in these books. And then it's good to, like, maybe touch up on the books, but, like, I think too many people, and, you know, I was definitely guilty of it in my past self, thinks that you could just read these books and then you'll have the same mindset. That's not at all how it works. If you actually want to adopt these, like, at least these self-improvement techniques, you need to actually maybe touch up on it a little bit and then go out there and experience life and actually do the thing. Like 5 to 10% reading, 90% just doing. That's how you're really going to learn it. But yeah, I said it was gonna be short. That's how you improve your life very fast. Go outside, do some shit. Stop with this analysis paralysis. I have a video on my channel that I actually locked. I privated the video because I didn't really like it or whatever. But at the time, it was funny. I was teaching people about how to get out of analysis paralysis and was literally living it. And I stayed living it for some time. So get out there, do some shit, pick up a sales job, ask the girl out, do hard shit, put yourself under stress. You're gonna adapt. I promise it's gonna be a lot better. It don't matter what the fuck you going through. Things will turn out well. You just cannot quit. Never give up. All right, y'all. Peace out.